How's it going on my fellow YouTubers and non-fellow YouTubers? It's AK Vibe here, and today we'll be playing some Art of Conquest, an early access game you can get on Android devices, and you can just download it on iOS for, free. This is a free game in which you play as a commander of sorts in this this war-driven kingdom and land, in which you fight each other for landmarks, cities, and more. So right now I am in the kingdom of Hyrule, and there are many different kingdoms like Sandori, Vodkar, Golan, Lazalia, and for example Ilvis and Sajin, many different historical places, and in which you can capture and control over those specific lands. And each kingdom is trying to reign over the other, and there's no peace and no hesitation to kill. In the beginning of the game, you'll start off in one of the few cities and the few capital cities for each different kingdom you are in. For example, you start in the kingdom or capital as Hyrule, in which you are free to gather resources as much as you'd like. In this game, you must build up your own little city and must raid other kingdoms and other cities in order to increase your loot gain. And you can do that through a variety of ways. One is playing a passive route, in which you can collect different resources in your own hometown and building it up. You can train troops. To aid you in combat, and there are different types of units you can train. There are a variety of units you can train with each their own specialty and unique abilities and cons. For example, a spearman. Our spearmen are really good against dealing with cavalries and large and giant troops, but are prone to having low hit points and low damage in the beginning game, and eventually fall off against the better counterpart, the veteran spearman. And there are variety of units you can choose, and there are a total of 3 races available in the game you can play as. If you go and click the sidebar to the left, you can pull up the 3 races you can potentially play. Currently, I am playing as humans. There are dwarves, lynches, and lich, which with their own respective buildings, units, and different gameplay perspectives and the way the units played. In the game, you'll start off as one of the many different kingdoms, and you can play as either Hyrule. For me, I got picked into the Hyrule, but you can change if you do not like the place you are in, you can change the server, in which you can reselect which part of the kingdom you want to start off and be as. For I have started off in Hyrule, I am considered a Hyrule person, and any other person without a green mark over me signifies that they are an enemy. And in the game, you must go around attacking different capitals or cities of your enemies. For example, I can challenge this enemy right here because he's in our territory, or if we can challenge him in his own territory. There's many different ways, and you eventually can enter into PvP, one of the many features in the game. This is just scratching the bare surface, and this, I believe, is by far the best early access game you could purchase or get on Android. And not to mention it's free. It's really good. There's no free-to-play elements as of right now, and I'm playing relatively without spending a single dime. You have the variety of units. Once you get into a battle phase, for example, you can place your units down and place them however you like. I'm going to place my tanky units up front, for example. And down here is my unit count. I'm going to place my riflemen with my healers to heal my units. I'm going to back them up with some mages. There are a variety of ways in which you can place your units and take advantage of all the possible combinations. For example, the tanky troops will tank for the ranged units, in which they don't have much HP. And you can place many different types of units and such. Sorry if I sound a bit rushed, but right now I'm panicking a bit to finish off my last of my troop nations before the battle begins. And the battle begins. Or he has fled and decided to return to the capital. And in the game, you can challenge people and battle them, but if they decide to quit, they lose 1 HP from each of the hero and return to the capital. In the game, you start off with 1 hero. You get to pick up 1 hero. You get to either pick Avalon, the commander, Ice Mage, Avril, and a third character who's who I don't remember off the top of my head, but he's more you can control more with his movement. He's more of an attack hero, while Avalon plays as a unit, a commander in which he can control variety of units and has high unit boosting capabilities, while as Ice Mage, Avril can play as a support, which she can freeze units. And there are many different heroes you can unlock once you play more through the game. You can also challenge bosses in the map, and they're pretty powerful. For example, right here, I slayed one of the many creatures, the Death Crawler. I still have yet to beat any of the higher levels because this game is quite tough and the end game is quite difficult to get to. But it's really fun. You get to build up your own place and you get to go around and explore many different areas and capture new areas and take them as your own. For example, right here, we are currently losing quite a bit of territory because of the blue, or if we just scroll out here, we're losing quite a bit to Sandori. Sandori is taking quite a bit of our territories. I remember we still had access to Ice Gate Cross and Murky Well, and unfortunately we have lost it throughout the times of me playing. We also have lost Asgant, and we still have quite a few areas in which we have control, such as Tana and Bubbling Stream. We're still holding a firm grasp, but we're losing quite a bit of ground as of late. And other features in the game you can do, you can go and collect caravans in which you can get resources, and or travel to dungeons in which you can fight AI units which have preset placements in which you can place your own units and combat each other. There are also enemies scattered throughout the lands in which you can fight for many different resources. For example, this Lynch Summoner has three piles of wood in which I can kill him. I can fight his army, in which if I win, I can collect his resources and take it as my own. Same with many other places. If I were to, let's say here, for example, if we just quickly scroll over, this caravan right here, you can get caravans by going to different resource plots in which you can summon a caravan to deliver to your city. If this caravan is guarded by a player, mind you, a real player, you can attempt to rob the caravan. If he's not guarding it, you can just take the resources for free and the trophies. But if the actual player is guarding it, you might want to consider weighing out your options, seeing if you have more troops. Because once you engage and try to rob a defended caravan you'll enter PvP mode, in which you fight desperately in order to get the resources that which you want to get. This game is heavily resource orientated, but the fun fact is, it's barely pay to win. I haven't been beaten by any player that's higher than me. We're all average level, and like I said, there are no pay to win functions. The only thing you can acquire that is pay to win is L coins, which you can purchase for chests. And I have unlocked a total of 10 chests so far, and I haven't gotten anything that's overpowered or broken. I got in fair drops, I got in heroes, I got in XP, I got in special abilities, equipment, and more units. But I haven't gotten any broken units as of late. So this game is, for what it is, it's currently balanced from what I found. There may be a few issues in the game, such as challenging low-level characters, but in low-level players, like for example, I was challenging a level 4 castle, player who owns a level 4 castle, yet I own a level 9. Now, it's not encouraged to do this kind of behavior, but it barely punishes the player who decides to retreat, only deducting 1 stamina point from your heroes. And your heroes have a set total of 10 stamina points they can get every 2 hours. Those stamina points cost 1 stamina point in order to place your hero onto the map. You can remove the hero, and that will bring back your stamina point. And stamina points are not that hard to come by. So we'll finish up this episode or preview of Art of Conquest by destroying this small pitfall army in a dungeon raid. I should win because this dungeon I've beaten a long time ago. It's one of the first few dungeons you could possibly encounter if you choose the Kingdom of Hyrule. Or I like to call it Hyrule, but it's Hyra. Or I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but it's kind of Hyrule-ish. But anyway, we'll fight off. And I haven't really showed combat functions. Each hero has their own respective skill which you can use and summon using Vibe Mana. Mana is easy to obtain, and you can use skills and such to take advantage over the battlefield. Many skills like that deal AoE damage, while skills like Focus Fire can focus on a single legion of units, and all your units that are near it will focus on killing that one specific thing. There are many combos you can set up. You can have many different ways you can win with having precise skill placements and all. Battles can literally be on the verge of losing unless you pull off an amazing comeback with some skills and freezing units, for example. Freezing a legion with Avril, for example. If I had Avril here and I lost my front line, I can freeze the front line, their front line, and destroy them with my mages. One of the few strategies you can possibly do. You will understand a bit more when you play, because I'm talking about some terms you possibly haven't got with yet, because you probably just viewing this video seeing if the game is actually good. And I prefer this game. This is one of the best games I've played in a long time. It's really addicting. I'm a bit concerned about the end game. That's my only concern for what it is. But I gotta say, this looks like a really solid game. The devs are actually quite attentive and listening to many of the fans and giving and taking feedback and suggestions, and they're rewarding them. So if you want to get an early advantage, you could try getting the game a bit early or right now in order to get get into some possible events that could encourage you to give support and information to the devs, and it could reward you. For example, I participated in one of those surveys in which you give feedback, and if I believe the mail is here. No, I believe the email was, I deleted the mail, but you get that picture. So thank you guys for watching this video of Art of Conquest. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below what you think, and subscribe for more content from my channel. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Peace.